Shalom and good day all, this is Healing29. I'm back again for another indie comic review, and for this indie comic review I'll be covering Assassin's Apprentice, issue 5, Something Epic, issue 9, and the TMNT Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan. I'll now get things ready and organised for the first one that I'll be reviewing. So the first one that I'll be covering will be Assassin's Apprentice, Book 2, Volume 5, or Volume 2, Issue 5. So first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside or with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, middle and of course the end, and also what's happening with the main character. So as we start to move into the beginning of the story, we have the main character of Fitz, who is now basically going in for his apprenticeship training in this particular arc. As we draw closer towards the end of this particular book, and we get to encounter as to how basically rough his taskmaster is, but he's not the only one who cops it. Even though he gets quite a lot of slack, or he doesn't really get a lot of slack, but he does get a bit of a whipping. As we draw closer to, or as we start to draw towards the middle of the story, he ends up catching up with one of his friends who is also in attendance there, and we also get to see something occurring in regards to sort of like their special abilities between each other, until something occurs with our character once again. It'll be interesting to see how this next issue of this particular book will end, as I think issue 6 is the last one for this particular run before the next book begins. So for the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10, as what you see is what you get. So the next thing is the area of the story. First things first, do we get anything in relation time-wise? No, we don't. Next is the location, to which it looked to be the place called Buckkeep, or somewhere in the Buckkeep region. The cast of characters that we learn, some mentioned and some shown. We have the character by the name of Galen. So we're basically learning about this taskmaster or instructor or this mentor that is teaching Fitz what it is to be an apprentice. And he is a real a-hole. It's the only way to put it. And also his connection to Queen Desiree. We also learn of his connection to someone by the name of Felicity. And of course, last but not least, the main character being Fitz. I felt that this issue actually gave a little bit more than sort of what I was expecting in the series, to which I give it a story rating of 7.5 out of 10. Until now, it's time to move on to Something Epic, issue 8. So as we start to move into Something Epic, issue 8, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside or with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art and also what's happening story-wise with the characters, as we have a look around the beginning, middle and of course the end. So as this story begins, we have the character of Noah and Deductive on the case as they start to move to a location in this epic universe, and they start to seek out some information from some of the gods that have been created in this universe and their part in the imaginations in this universe. As we draw towards the middle of the story, we end up meeting with the character of Hades, and last but not least, we will end up meeting with another character when we go towards the end. So as we draw towards the end, their investigation leads them to talking to someone by the name of Kronos, who is also connected to some of the Greek history and mythology in this universe. And we have quite a lot of names that actually connect to that when we move into the area of the rating. So for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story. First things first, do we get anything in relation time-wise? No, we don't. Location? No, we don't. We're just expected to know where everything is, or where all the places are, which is a little bit stupid, I must admit. But it wouldn't hurt to sort of like point out locations within the story. The cast of characters consisting of Deductive, Noah, we have Hermes, Poseidon, Ares, Hestia, Hera, Apollo, Hades, Kronos, and also a person, and also one by the name of Sirius. For the overall rating in this, I give a 6.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move on to the TMNT, Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan. So as we start to move into the TMNT, Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan, Issue 2, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that's happening inside of the story? In some essence it does, to which I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into having a look at the internal art around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we end up meeting this other particular ninja group that's going out on a rampage, and we also catch up with Casey Jones, trying to help put a stop to some of them, along with some of his friends. We also do return to the character of Natsu. As we start to move towards the middle of the story, we do catch up with some of the members that are connected to Shredder and that, and also the other members of the Foot Clan. Or not necessarily the Foot Clan, but definitely Shredder's ilk, to which we have Rocksteady and Bebop, plus a couple of others that they have with them. And last but not least, we have the character of Natsu, communicating with someone that they have met and seeking either some help or other method of overcoming some of her adversaries. So for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the story and what makes up the rating for it. First is the area of time, to which we don't get anything covered. Next is the locations. We get to see Karai's penthouse, and also the Singing Rabbit. The cast of characters consisting of Natsu, Casey Jones, Tanaka Dano, to which she's seeking out the character of Tanaka Dano. We have Bebop and also Rocksteady. For the overall rating for this, I give a 7 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.